Get up. Are you listening to me? There are 24 hours in a day. Get up. Get up right now from your misery. Get up right now and start climbing. Get up right now and recognize who you are. Get up right now and say enough is enough. Fight for it. Take control of your life. When you get up out of that bed and you start your day, before you walk out that door, make peace with yourself. So what? You slipped. So what? You fell down. Get up right now and climb. For every mountain that you climb, it's gonna get tougher. So I'm telling you to get up. Focus on conquering today. This is the moment of truth for you to understand that within you, there are great possibilities. I'm talking to the individual that understands that grit is work. Let me tell you something about grit. Grit is when you're hurting so bad. Grit is when you're hurting so bad, but you know you got a job to do. Grit is something that pushes you in a total different direction. How do you get through something? You got to keep climbing. Fall, climb. Slip, climb. You got to climb. You got to know that you are built for something. You wasn't built for nothing. You got to know that if it did not make you, it cannot break you. Pay attention to your drive. Pay attention to your purpose. And just get through the day. Don't dwell on tomorrow. Focus on now. I will make the mistakes. I will fall, but I will get up. I will struggle, but I will learn. I will be what I was meant to be, and no one can take that away. For I am who I am. How will you know who you are inside if you're so afraid of a put down, of a setback, of a rejection? Challenges. How will you know who you are if you don't have the abilities? The abilities to rise up, to be able to say, I know who I am. I know I got this. I know I can be better. I know I can come up. You may ask, why me? Why do I have to face so many significant challenges? Why is it that every day that I go to my job, I'm facing challenges? Why is it every day I have to come across someone that wants to test me? Yeah, okay, there's a mountain. Let's see what I can do. Oh man, here we go, here's another one. Let's see what I can do. You can't live this life without climbing to something. You want to go up, you got to climb up. You want to get up to the next level, you got to climb up. Obstacles, challenges, life. Oh, and guess what? I forgot to tell you this. Oh, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You got to work for it. This outcome that you want so bad in your life, this thing that you chasing, whatever that may be, how do you expect to get there? It ain't gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna be handed to you. You gotta keep climbing up that mountain. You gotta keep going up. You are going to fall a few times. You are going to slip up. Let me tell you something. Many times in my life, I fell down, I slipped up. I didn't know how I was gonna get up, but I got up. I refused to quit on me. I didn't want to go any further, but I said, not today. This is not gonna happen to me because I know I got a job to do. You can do it. I know you can do it. But do you know you can do it? Do you believe in yourself you can do it? Can't do it? Yes, you can. Be who you need to be. But don't you dare be an excuse. Don't quit. Get up. Climb. Today is the day. Today, it's about you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, throughout the rest of your life, you are going to challenge yourself. And you will be challenged. Throughout your life, you are going to have to face some things that you are not prepared for. But you better stay ready for it. You better get yourself together right now. You better understand that your life is not going to be easy because you are living it each and every day, and something or someone is coming after you. It doesn't mean that your life is over. That means you are being tested. Don't stop. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep pushing. Don't stop. Keep fighting. Don't stop. Keep working. Let this day be a lesson, not an end. Let this day be the test for the testimony. Let this day be your faith. Let this day be your power. And walk through it. Push through it. And know that you got life to live. But if you give up, if you say you're less, then you'll never be more. Say it to yourself, I'm not done yet. I got power. I will rise again and I will push. Because I know who I am. I am not here to be conquered. I will be the victorious one. I will conquer. For I am who I am. And I must continue to be the best of myself. So live it up. Conquer this day. Be productive. Be powerful. And from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business.
You will need to normalize in your mind walking alone. You gotta get up on your own. You gotta be able to make big decisions on your own. You gotta lose weight on your own. There are a myriad of targets you have to hit by yourself. Oftentimes, it's the people that go away into a very healthy isolation to equip themselves, to condition themselves, to educate themselves, to come out empowered. And so you gotta get into this workspace where you can do it by yourself. It doesn't matter if it's the office, it doesn't matter if it's the gym, it doesn't matter if it's the court, it doesn't matter if it's the field, it doesn't matter what arena you are stepping into. You gotta get to that place where you don't need attention, you don't need recognition, you don't need the accolades. You just wanna put in the work, and the next time you surface, the next time you show up, it's game over.
If you throw me to the wolves, I'll return, leading the pack. You see, a wolf is willing to leave its pack behind and find a new one. The time is now when we must adopt the wolf mentality. Be relentless, resilient, never quit, and never look back.
I know what it feels like to be fractured and falling into pieces. But you gotta silence the voices in your head that are telling you you need a shortcut, you need a cheat code. Eliminate the negative, self-sabotaging voices. Find a mirror and tell yourself, I got this today. I got this today. I'm gonna make it. I'm going to create it. I'm going to build it. All I have is all I need. Resources may come and go. People may come and go. But I've got a vision, and I've got the provision, and I've got the determination and the discipline to hit my aims and to punch through my targets. Can you do this thing without attention? Can you do this thing without public affirmation? Can you do this thing without people telling you that you are everything to them? Without people applauding you and saying you're great, you're awesome, oh, you're amazing. Can you do this thing alone? Can you be your own cheerleader for a moment? Can you be your own hype man for a moment? Can you tell you I'm good enough? I got this, that all I have is all I need. I believe in friendships and partnerships and collaboration and counsel and advice. But there are some things in life you are going to have to do alone. There are some arenas you're going to have to show up in, and nobody is coming. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to help you. Nobody's coming to show you a shortcut. You got to figure this out on your own. For most of us, nobody's going to feed us. You got to feed yourself. You want to lose the weight? You want to reach your target, your aim? You got to put the work in. You got to feed yourself the food that is required to power the body that you want. It's not about trying to be a lone ranger more than it is about taking responsibility and prioritizing yourself first. There are some things in life nobody's gonna show up. It's all on you. I need you to find a mirror right now and tell yourself, it's all on me. It's all on me. This one is all on me. When I go get this degree, ultimately, I gotta go get this degree. When I go get this certification, ultimately, I got to get this certification. I've got to finish strong. I've got to condition myself. I've got to go get the education. I've got to get out of bed. I've got to go to the gym. I gotta eat clean. Nobody's gonna feed me. I gotta feed myself. If you're listening to me right now in the gym, on your walk, on your run, you're lifting, you're building, you're creating, you're imagining something, I just need you to push, and I need you to believe that you don't need the spotter, that you don't need the training wheels, that it is your time, that it is your turn, and you no longer need help, you no longer need assistance in this area of your life. Push like you have never pushed before. Give it everything you have, because that spotter is not gonna be there for you for the rest of your life. If you wanna grow 1 millimeter more, if you wanna push, just push a little harder. Everybody wants to grow a little bit taller, so we gotta push a little bit harder. Life is lived on levels, and I can't bring my spotter with me. The spotter cannot walk with you all of your life. At some point, you gotta say, I got this. I got this. Push! Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I got this. I got this. If I have to do it alone, I will. Because to fulfill this vision, to fulfill my destiny, ultimately, I am depending on the God that put the dream in my heart and myself. With tears in your eyes, with broken hands and a heavy heart, if nobody is there and you are in a room by yourself, start alone, but get started. Help is coming, but everything rises and falls on you. Oftentimes, the people that you wanted in your life will reject you, and that rejection is protection. It is a blessing, because it's the same people that rejected you that will need you and that will rely on you. Come on, how many people have you tried to help and you were bleeding, battered, and broken? How many times have you called for help and the help was toxic? Come on, how many times have you asked for advice and the advice brought more adversity? Take responsibility for yourself. Take control of your life. I need you to understand your worth and stop playing the blame game, because 9 times out of 10, the people that hurt you, you brought them into your life. And so you got to reflect over the past. You have to acknowledge the present, and you have to cast vision for your future and take accountability and kill the self-condemnation. Stop tearing yourself down on the inside. Stop saying one thing, thinking another, and acting in a whole nother way. How you think is how you talk, and how you talk must be how you behave. Because your thoughts will determine your behavior, and your behavior determines your future. And so everything's got to line up. And so you need an alignment, an internal alignment. I can't align you. You got to make a decision to align yourself. You can hear a speech and make a decision, but every day you have to make that decision. That decision has to evolve into discipline. And discipline turns into mastery. And mastery builds momentum. You're not going to always get it right, but you got to keep going. When you start alone, you possess a power that few can handle.
It's been tough. It's been hard. I've had those days where I just said, I can't take it anymore. I had those days where I cried out. I didn't think no one was listening. Boy, it's been tough. It's been so tough. But I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I'm still fighting. But most importantly, I'm still learning. I'm learning through the hardship. I'm learning through the tough time. I'm learning through the losses. I'm learning because that's what life is about. Do we fall down and stay down, or do we lift each other up and carry on? That is what we do. This is who we are. We are all students of life. So never forget, no matter how much you think you know, you never know enough. Because if you're living, you're learning. Remember that. You're living, you're learning. You're learning, you're growing. Through the good times and the bad times. You're learning something unique and special about you every day of your life. And that's what makes it special. I'm learning. You're probably thinking that this ain't got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with you. Because maybe you got the right things happening right now for you. But to your right, that guy over there, he ain't living so well. But you're learning something. Because if the tables were turned, could you deal with it? Could you handle that stress? Could you handle that poverty? How long have you been homeless? How long have you been hungry? How long have you not had clothes on your back? How long have you been out of a job? Did your family walk out on you? Did your father walk out on you? Did your mother walk out on you? Are you going through a bad relationship? Have you lost your way? This is what you're learning right now. Sometimes we all got to learn the hard way. How many times as a child you heard your mother and father tell you not to do something, but you did it anyway? And you had to learn the hard way. It wasn't the fact that you got disciplined perhaps by your parents, but the world disciplines you more. That's what makes it beautiful. The hard times sometimes can be the best times. Why? Because you're gonna build up something. You're gonna build up that grit. You're gonna build up that tenacity. You're gonna have a better understanding. But you gotta know what direction you're going, and sometimes you may not even know. Sometimes people hate to be wrong because they feel that they're always right. Sometimes you got to learn how to listen and not always speak out and thinking that you know so much. Because you're gonna learn the hard way that you're just not that smart. You don't have all the answers. We're just people. Walk outside your door. Driving your vehicle up and down the road, you will see how much you can really learn just from people. And some people are going through some significant problems right now, more difficult than you can ever imagine. You think you got it tough? You have no idea what that other person got going on. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. This is how we build. Yes, you're gonna go through those challenges. Yes, you're gonna go through some tough times in your life. But like I always say, when it gets tough, you get tough. Kill the excuses. Kill the weakness. And learn something about yourself. Learn that you're not that great, but you're great enough to learn something new every day. And you must learn to humble yourself. Yes, there are people in the world that will literally glorify themselves as if they were God Almighty Himself. But you got to understand, you didn't make the world. You were born in it. And eventually you will die in it. But when you're walking this earth, when you're living in this world, understand that you're learning because you're living. Maybe I just don't have all the answers. Maybe you should change a little bit. Maybe you need to understand that everything is not gonna always go the way you think it should go. If the world was so perfect, we wouldn't be in the position that we are in right now. But it is not the world's fault. It's the people that are living in it. And you, my friend, are a part of it. I am a part of it. And the decisions that we make, the way we think of ourselves, the way we think of our brothers and sisters, will be the true outcome of where we are as a people. So maybe all of these bad things that we are experiencing in our lives is because it must happen. But we are learning, believe me, we are learning. But we're growing. Maybe some people don't realize the importance of hardship. Maybe some people don't realize that it's okay to go through those hard times. That's what you're learning right now. This is what's gonna help you to understand what type of a difference you can make as an individual, as a human being, as a mother, as a father. What do you do? How can you continue on your life not realizing that we are all learning? So yes, maybe you think you're awesome. There's nothing wrong with confidence. There's nothing wrong with believing in yourself. So when I say it again, I say it with conviction. None of us are that great. We are searching for greatness. And that's a long, 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 long journey. But we can do it together. Instead of tearing down, let's build up. Don't tear it down, build it up. Build the bridge. Cross the bridge with me. Let me cross the bridge with you. Let's learn together through the good and the bad. The hard times are gonna come, but we're gonna stand, we're gonna fight, we're gonna push, we're gonna work, we're gonna give it everything we got, because here we are, right now, in this world. Do we fall down and stay down, or do we lift each other up and carry on? That is what we do. This is who we are. We are all students of life. If you're breathing, you're learning. If you're learning, you're living. So carry on the good fight, my beautiful people. Stay productive, stay strong, keep it moving, and from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business.
What are you waiting for? I want to remind you that you started this journey for a reason. No one's coming to fucking save you. This is you versus you. Get out of bed. We got goals to achieve, and nobody's coming to hold your hand. Truth is, your excuses are bullshit. You just gotta step into your fucking power. Nobody can make that change for you. It's gotta come from you. But it's time to grind. So keep pushing forward. You owe it to yourself to keep going. I'm gonna utilize every minute of every goddamn day to the fullest so I can achieve my goals and live up to my true potential. The only person who's here to help you is the person you see in that mirror. This is the hardest grind you're ever gonna have to do in your life. And it's a continuous thing. You are powerful. You are relentless. You are enough. You just gotta step into your fucking power. Time. That shit scares the fuck out of me. And it's because it's always fading. Do I have enough? Am I wasting it? Should I be working harder? Have I been utilizing it properly? All of these questions are running through my mind on a continual basis because I feel like I'm running out of time. It's the only thing I can't get back. You see, money will come and go. I can get money back. I'm not worried about that. When it comes down to emotions, I'm gonna deal with pain, I'm gonna deal with happiness, I'm gonna deal with anger, being anxious, depression, and more. But I'm always worried about time. It's because I know it is ever fading. It's one of the reasons why I embraced my motto, live full, die empty. I made an active choice to start spending and living every single day to the fucking fullest, so when I die, I can die with no regrets. You see, I want to leave a legacy when I die. I want to be remembered forever. And playing it safe, acting like everybody else, ain't gonna fucking get me there. I'm not gonna be one of the people laying on my fucking deathbed, looking back at my life, wishing I did more. I'm not going to be somebody who looks back at my life and regrets that I never took action. So I'm gonna utilize every minute of every goddamn day to the fullest so I can achieve my goals and live up to my true potential. Yes, it terrifies me that I could just be gone from this world tomorrow like that. Embrace the time you have on this planet, because it could be gone tomorrow. What are you waiting for? You keep looking around, breathing heavy, listening to that alarm, beep, beep, beep. Newsflash, homie. No one's coming to fucking save you. This is you versus you. I know that voice in the back of your head is telling you that another 5 minutes of sleep is okay. What's resting another day gonna do? But it's time to grind. Get out of bed. We got goals to achieve, and nobody's coming to hold your hand. The only person who's here to help you is the person you see in that mirror. You gotta rely on them. And you gotta block out that voice that tells you you can't do it. This is the hardest grind you're ever gonna have to do in your life. Step into your power and slay the day. Here's the truth. I don't know the secret to staying motivated so you can achieve your dreams. I don't. I'm sorry if you thought that I did, but I don't. I'm just like you. I'll wake up in the morning and the last fucking thing I want to do is get out of bed and start working. The last thing I want to do is put on my shoes and go to the gym. The last thing I want to fucking do is start pushing towards the goals that I set earlier that year. I'm fucking exhausted. I just want a break. So I get it. I know where you're coming from. That voice is hard to cut off, and I deal with it as well. But there's just something in me that keeps me going. You see, there will be days where I feel emotionally beaten, anxious as fuck, and in my own head. There's days where I feel so filled with emotion, all I want to do is quit, telling myself every excuse in the book that it is okay to quit. But I just can't find that in myself to do it. And it's because my heart and my soul just scream at me to stop making fucking excuses. At the end of the day, I gotta hold myself to that standard. So I don't complain to nobody. And I realize that I have the power. The gym isn't a fucking option. It's just part of my day. Getting up and getting work done, going to work, is not a fucking option. It's just ingrained in my life. But you're gonna have to flip that switch yourself. You gotta look internally. Nobody can make that change for you. It's gotta come from you. Giving up isn't going to do anything for you. You owe it to yourself to keep going. So keep pushing forward. Don't give up. There's a reason why you started this journey in the first place. I want you to think about that right now. Why did you begin? Why did you take that first step in the first place? You got that thought? Are you thinking about that goal? Now realize that if you give up, you are spitting on that goal. You are actively choosing to give up on the things that you would like to achieve. I understand it's hard, but life is meant to test you. It's supposed to push you to your breaking point. Because diamonds are only formed through immense pressure.
How dare you give up on your dreams? This is your life. Without failures or challenges, there can be no success. Whatever you are working towards, you are going to get there. You have your life to live. You have to breathe that life. I beg you, I am pleading with you. When the rest of the world shuts you down, you got to be the one to stand up, shout out, cry out, stand tall, work hard, dig deep, and go after it. You're gonna have to fall back a few times, but you gotta keep going forward. But my life isn't over yet. Never back down. Never give up. I promise you, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're living, you will get there. You have to find a way. You must find a way to get back up. You will not quit. With all of the circumstances you've been through in your life, through everything that has put you down on the ground, let it be known you do not have to stay down. I know what it feels like. But I got tired of laying on my back. So I looked up to the heavens and I opened up my eyes and I kept repeating to myself, if I can look up, I can get up. So now you got to rise up and push forward and go after it. Failure only comes when we don't get back up, but you can always make the choice to get up. Live every moment knowing you will have no regrets. Because where you're headed, you're going to want to keep on living, ready to fail again and again. You gotta get a little bit tougher. So what do? You don't keep sliding down. You find a way to get up and climb up. That's what I had to do. That's what you must do. You must know. You gotta know that you're gonna get there. I need to constantly remind myself over and over again, I am not yet where I want to be, but I know I'll get there. I'm not where I want to be, but I am so grateful I am not where I used to be. You may feel at times that you're not where you want to be. I am here, ladies and gentlemen, to cheer you on, to let you know that you, my friends, are going to get there. You are going to complete that marathon and you are going to run for your life. You are going to get that promotion. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, work like hell. Crack the ground and keep moving. Understand what it means to be alive. We are not just running for the glory of the race. We're not just running just to tell someone we did it. We do it every single day of our lives because we are powerful. We are strong. We can definitely get through the hard times. I got to go through my problems. I got to go through my circumstances. I've been through them. I'm going through them right now. I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to every living human being that is listening to me today. Look at my face. Look into my eyes. Hear my voice and know that it's not over for you. You know that good things don't come easy, but you are ready to embrace the hardship. This is my life. You are stronger now than ever before. The time that you have right now is to make a difference. Make it possible. Through the good and the bad, make it possible. Do better. Be better. Keep moving. Never quit. Don't give up. Don't back down. Find a solution to your circumstance. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. Continue to understand that you have a purpose. Know that your purpose matters, but it's ultimately up to you to get there. Life has taught you many things, but without its guidance, you would not be standing here. You are seeking victory. You are seeking strength. You are seeking greatness. This moment is your life. Every day, I wake up and think of my ideal life. I have so many goals that I want to accomplish. I have so much that I want to do. I have a vision of my life. Life is not easy. We all go through hard times, and it's hard getting through this, but we do not need to stay in the hard times. It's time to make a change. I'm ready. I'm ready to wake up each morning knowing that every day is a new adventure. So today, you start ready to change the world. Your gifts, your inventions, your passion, ready for a new beginning. You cannot change your past, but you can definitely learn from it. Don't let your dreams become a nightmare. This is when things can go wrong because you waited too long. You hesitated. You procrastinated. You let all of these things just slip past you. You were afraid you were going to fail. This, my friend, is your opportunity. This, my friend, is your chance. The chance of a lifetime. Don't waste it. Don't put it behind you. Put it directly in front of you and attack. And do it with a full heart. You're not dead. You are breathing. You are alive. You're alive and you're breathing. You're alive and you're walking. You're alive and you're running. If your lungs are working, keep going. But don't you dare give up. Don't you quit. You hurt, you grow, you go. And from the bottom of my heart, keep it moving and conduct your business.
At some point, you're gonna have to get sick of your own excuses and take action if you want to change your situation. Wake the f up. You got this, homie, let's go. The only reason why you haven't achieved your goals is because you want to allow yourself to believe that you can. Let's be real. Your work ethic will determine how far you go in this life. Stop doubting yourselves. Y'all keep coming up with these bullshit excuses as to why you can't achieve your goals and get started, where in reality, if you just shut up and got to work, you'd already be where you wanted to be.
Fitness is the start of everything. Like, if you're not taking care of your body, you're not gonna get anywhere. And this is why I'm so gung-ho and like so ruthlessly intense with my message when it comes down to that. Like, if you can't even go look in the fucking mirror and be happy about what you see, good luck starting anything.
You see, my goal is to leave a legacy, to be remembered forever, and that is why I pride myself on the work ethic that I put into every single day. Not sometimes. Every single day that I am breathing, I am grinding to leave that legacy.
Your first question is, what is this gonna cost me? What is it gonna cost you if you fucking don't?
Life is going to be hard. The things that you want to achieve might be a pain in the ass, but it is possible. And anybody who said that it wasn't in your past, I want you to stick that middle finger up right now, because it's not going to get you anywhere. It's your dreams. So get out of your fucking head and start walking. Take action so you can achieve something. Look at all the success stories in the goddamn world. Take mine as inspiration for you. I went from an ironworker addicted to sex to a 7-figure earner. I grew up in a fucking trailer that was less than 800 square feet in the country to now living in a 5,000 square foot, $2 million home. What the fuck is there not to understand here?
I didn't think that I would live past the age of 25. It was just like, I didn't have a purpose. It literally reached a point in my life where I would like get home, sit on the couch, and I had no one. And it reached a point where I was like, why the f am I here? Like, I don't want to be here anymore. I just didn't know what was going on. And I just realized that I was headed down a dark path in a way of like, when you put drugs in front of me, I take all of it, because that was just my mindset. I'm like, let's have a good time. I'm not living for tomorrow, I'm living for right now. And even though I live like that now, it's more of like in present what's going on instead of trying to escape my reality. Look at your surroundings. Your surroundings will make and break everything. Like, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It is like the most real quote in the world. I cut out drugs and alcohol because I stopped hanging out with the people that were feeding me drugs and alcohol. And it's not their fault that I became an addict. It was my own. I'm the one who picked up the fucking pills. I'm the one who like drank the bottles every goddamn night. It's not their fault that that happened, it was me. But I wasn't able to get out of that fucking life until I stopped hanging out with the fucking losers that only wanted to do that. And when I look at everyday life, when I look at the world, when I look at achieving something, it doesn't make sense to me to just work, to drink, to sleep, to work, to watch TV, to drink, to sleep. What the fuck are we doing? Like, yo, respect to you, have a good one. That ain't for me. Fitness saved me. Like, fitness was the thing that like got me out of it. Before fitness, it was legit just aimless nights, working to 10 to 12 hours outside as an iron worker. And then I'd go straight to the bar, drink until probably 10 p.m., whatever time was, maybe close out the bar. Get home somehow, and then would literally pass out, wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m., get ready for work the next day. My boss would pick me up because my broke ass didn't have a car. And then I'd go to work and do it again. And that was just my life all the time. So usually when you start to go down the path, there's like little telltale signs. Like you'll have one night where you go a little bit too far and you wake up and you have that regret, or there's the embarrassment, or there's this. And honestly, it just started to pack on in my life. There was so many little things that like, even to this day, I don't like utilizing the word regret a lot, but I fucking regret it. And I wish it didn't happen. I'm glad that I went through it because it turned me into this individual. But there was a lot of things that just kept stacking. And there was one night that I'll never forget, and it was one of my best friends back home, they recorded me. And I was fucking blasted. Like I chugged half a bottle of absinthe. I'd chewed 3 sets with them not even knowing what was going on. And I don't remember. I just remember blacking out. And then they showed me the video in the morning. I didn't want to see it. So I was like, off, no, I'm just like avoiding it. And they're like, okay, we'll just play it for you. So I heard myself. And when I heard myself, it just broke me. I felt like just disgusted and fucking embarrassed and like just so many different emotions. And it didn't just change overnight. It was like, that just kept staying there. So then the next time I would get high, that thought was there. The next time I would get drunk, that thought was there. And it happened for a while until, I honestly don't know what the exact turning point was, but there was like one day where I was thinking about doing it. I started to run out of sets. I didn't have my dealer anymore. And I was like, okay, whatever. Anything else that I had in the house, I dumped down the toilet, and I was like, I'm just gonna try to change my life here, and I cut everything out cold turkey. I couldn't control anything else in my life, but I was like, I can control what I put in my fucking mouth. Like, I can control what I put in my mouth and what I do with it comes down to my fitness goals on a daily basis, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then just start to work out. At this time, I was 10 hours of work outside as an iron worker, then an hour and a half workout directly after work, then I was boxing for 2 hours because I was doing the same thing, then I was also studying personal training content and fitness content, and I was getting 4 hours of sleep a night, and I did that for 6 months straight.
In order to change your life, you need to make good sacrifices, and sometimes that means you might get a little bit less sleep. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather sleep 4 hours a night for the next 6 months to change my situation than sleep 8 hours and complain about what the f is going on every day.
Fitness is the foundation of fucking everything.
When you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And when you get to success, it's not about skill. When you get to a certain level of success, it's about stamina. It's sweat, it's blood, it's tears. There are no shortcuts to success. Stop thinking they are, and stop wanting people to put you somewhere that you didn't earn. I fought too long, I fought too hard. I will break you before you break me. What do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want? The decisions you make right now is up to you. I really feel like if I do these things, I'm going to be successful. Execute on the things that you said you were going to execute on. You have to outwork them. You gotta outgrind them. You gotta get up earlier. You gotta stay up later. You gotta execute. The reason why I speak with so much passion, because I'm talking about my life, not something that I read. There is no excuse for not living up to the fullest potential. No excuse. Don't let your words guide you. Let your actions guide you. Now listen to me. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care what you're going through. As long as you're waking up, you're still in the game. As long as you're alive, you can still make it happen. As long as that breath in your nostrils, you still in the game. You still can win. Now get your butt up. I hope I do not believe in you more than you believe in yourself. They looked at the most successful men and women of the world, and they found that they had like 7, 8 things in common. And one of the things they all had in common was a routine. They are obsessed with their routine. There are those of you in this room, you spend a majority of your life doing what other people want you to do. You don't even know who you are. And so even what you're doing, you're not doing at 120% because you're doing what somebody else wants you to do, and you're not good enough to be somebody else. I need you to be selfish on the dream piece, because what you have to understand is when you know who you are and you start operating that, you're going to start blessing people in a way you couldn't bless people before when you didn't really know who you were. I don't want nothing from you but for you to leave this room and know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. One day I made a decision that enough is enough. I'm tired of being average. I'm tired. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. Listen to me very closely. When you graduate and you get a job, if you want to get paid, you never say no. You never say it can't get done. Don't you ever say out your mouth it can't get done. Even if you feel in your heart it can't get done, you don't say it out loud. You let the broke folks say that. You let the folks they find first say that. You always say it can get done. Even if you don't think it can get done, just say it and try to make up something. You have to give it everything you got. No more TV, no more parties, no more playing. If you don't have a 4.0, what you need to be doing is studying. Get off the phone. Sorry, I'm not available until the end of this year. No, I'm for real. You reached the right number, but you called me at the wrong time. Call me back January 1st. I'm about to get busy now. Whatever you do, I guarantee you, when you do it, nobody can do it like you do it. The problem is you don't hardly do it. You love sleep too much. You love that alcohol too much. You love that substance too much. You love that vice too much. There's something that you love more than yourself. I don't care what level you get to. I need you to dream. I need you to focus on why you were born in the first place. Why are you here on earth for this particular time? What are you doing here? It feels good being me. Because guess what? I can never be sweet being you. You need to tell you that you owe you something. There are those of you saying, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be the best at this company, right? But your value system says you believe in sleep more than you believe in grinding. Your value system says you are a consumer and not a producer. I guarantee you the world is yours. So work hard and you can have whatever it is you want. Rich people don't waste time. They realize it's their most important commodity. They don't watch a lot of TV. They don't do a lot of entertainment. If they're not working, they're studying their craft and getting better at their craft. Every day when I wake up, I got all kind of demands. You got all kind of demands. And the reason why you're not where you want to be is not because you're not great, but you taking all other people's stuff before you spend enough time with yourself to get to know you and get to know what you want and what you should do. Don't be average, like for real, for real. Whatever it is you do, do it, and take a different perspective. I said, I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. The day you stop evaluating yourself, the day you stop growing, the day you stop getting better is the day you die. Is the day the person who's trying to catch you will get you. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity, I have to reprove myself again. I need you to spend a considerable amount of time dreaming every single day. Let me tell you why. I've noticed that the people who dream and those people who dream big have a different kind of life than the people who don't dream. Bring all the energy, all the passion, bring it all together and dominate. But you better stop making excuses and find a way to win. I focus more on winning than I focus on structure. I focus on winning. What's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you put on that jersey? Why do you go out and practice? Why? I gotta commit my very being to this thing. I gotta breathe it, I gotta eat it, I gotta sleep it. And until you get there, you'll never be successful in life. When you're a winner, winning spreads, because winners win. Because it's not about where you come from. It's about hearts. You come to a place where, being smart ain't enough. You gotta have hearts. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. But I got an opportunity to make a dream become a reality. Why have you never gone after your calling? In order to achieve greatness, you must first believe you can.
What do you want? What do you like? You got to be able to add passion to it to activate that thing and make that dream a reality.
The reason why you're not taking advantage of this opportunity is not because you don't believe in it, you don't believe in you.
What would you like to do? What do you believe you've been destined to do? What talents, skills, giftings, and abilities do you possess to support your desire to do it? What are your motives for wanting to do it? Why do you want to become what you are looking to become? What steps are you taking to become and to live the life, to make the dream a reality?
You can learn all the techniques in the world. If you don't believe in yourself, it won't happen for you.
So you must continue to believe. You must continue to understand that on this day, on this hour, this is your day and your time is now. Hold on tight and don't let go. Focus on what is necessary and disconnect yourself from the things that are not necessary.
I spoke it, the world heard it, and it activated. Your problem is that you don't believe you belong here. Your problem is that you don't think you should be sitting down here.
You've got to sell yourself every day on your abilities, on what you're doing, on the goal that you want to reach. You've got to sell yourself every day, every day, every day. According to your level of belief, it will manifest itself in what you're doing. Whatever we have right now, whatever we're demonstrating in our lives, is a result of what we believe subconsciously that we deserve. And part of increasing that belief level is that you have got to convince yourself every day.
Many of you have been selling yourself short all of your life. You have the opportunity to experience more environmental, physical, and mental abundance. Someone who is in a constant state of elevation. Their self-talk is, I know who I am, I know where I'm going, and I know where I came from.
Working on yourself, talking to yourself. That's so very important. Overcoming the negative conversation, that inner dialogue that's going on all the time, even when you don't want it to be there. You can't stop yourself right now from thinking. You can't do it. It's going on. And so learning how to empower yourself, part of doing that is standing up to yourself. You've got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up!
When are you gonna realize that you got to get to a point and focus on the better things that are gonna get you to the next level and beyond in your life?
Persistence, consistency, resilience, courage, establishing your priorities, mastering self-awareness, maintaining focus, believing that your help is coming, because if your dream only requires you, it's not big enough.
Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. They have skills and abilities, but if you don't nurture them, if you don't develop them, they will never serve you. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts.
All you got to do is realize that it's up to you to make a difference in your life.
The only reason you're not the best right now is because you don't believe you're the best now. And when you walk out this room, I want you to go in and I'm the best right now. He said, before you even become number one, start to proclaim it and say it long before it happens. So there are those of you who want to mimic their behavior. It's not their behavior you need. It's their mindset that you need. It's the way they think is what you need. You need to start to believe.
You have something that you brought to the universe, and that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it, and mastering myself, and seeing what I have within me, if you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. I grant you that if you begin to work to develop your gifts, you'll develop a strong sense of happiness. You'll get a larger vision of yourself, because part of beginning to get a larger vision of yourself, all of us need some area of our lives where we can have a feeling of competence. That people know when they think about this area, that's something you do. That you eat and sleep that. And that you do that, and people know it.
I don't care what it is that you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to give, how you're trying to evolve, what you are looking to become. Everything rises and falls on your perspective.
If you decide to maintain a sense of integrity with yourself, that if I speak it, I'm going to live it. It's who I am.
I know you hate the gym. I know you hate to lift weights. I know you hate cardio. I know you don't like drinking water. I know you don't like taking care of your temple. You think it's the hardest thing to do in the world to commit. But there is somebody who's in the grave today, and if they had another opportunity to live, they would enthusiastically, with great confidence and courage and consistency, do what you hate just to live a little longer. Find the positive. See the bigger picture. Guard your gratitude. What price are you willing to pay to make the dream a reality?
But just look forward. Look forward to the best of you. Look forward to the mistakes you may make. Look forward to the failures that may come your way.
And don't give up on yourself. Don't throw the towel in so quickly. Many people give up on the 1-yard line.
It's up to you to understand that you do matter and that you got some work to do.
There is a gap between who you are, what you want, and where you want to be. Your story is not your fortress. Your story is your fuel. Tell me I'm not good enough. Tell me I'm not strong enough. Tell me I won't finish. There is this intrinsic emotion, this instinct. You have just awakened the lion in me. I don't care what it is that you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to give, how you're trying to evolve, what you are looking to become. Everything rises and falls on your perspective.
Somebody who has lost everything, who people stop believing in, is a very desperate person. They're climbing a hill. They try to achieve a dream. And when you are desperate, you are very dangerous. And a dangerous man or woman is somebody who is a disruptor. They don't play by the rules. They are coming for blood.
Sometimes you gotta take a break from just about everything, disappear, come back, and shock the world. I have worked while you have slept. I have learned while you have partied. I have saved while you have spent. And I will live like you dream. I have what it takes to get to the top of that hill. The dog scrambles. The dog barks. The dog runs after whatever it wants. When a dog is hungry, move out of his way. It is coming for blood. Go through the process in the dark room that prepares us and equips us for the stages of destiny. I'm talking to that person that doesn't have a problem laying in obscurity, because you know that when you come out of the dark room, all eyes on you. Are you going to complain in the face of conflict, or are you going to seize the opportunity?
What steps are you taking to become and to live the life, to make the dream a reality?
You want to be committed? You want to be consistent? You want to be creative? You want to be purposeful? You want to be reflective? And you want to be grateful? These are just a few things that you want to be as you are moving forward in your self-awareness. That mindset is going to get you bankrupt. I should start this. I should stop that. I should forgive. I should. You don't get what you should, you get what you must have. If you are going to give and grow and evolve and attain and become, everything rises and falls on your viewpoint.
You got a dream to buy a house. You got a dream for better relationships. You got a dream to win a fight. You got a dream to get your family out of the hood. You got a dream to lose weight. I mean, whatever that dream is, whatever you have, that goal, that improbable feat, once you get it set, once you smell that, once you get a feel for it, a taste of it.
Do what is required to manifest it into reality. If you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. Stop telling everybody what you're going to do. Stop telling everybody what your next move is, and just disappear and do the work that is required.
Go back to the gym. Go back to the drawing board. Go back
to the business. Go back to the relationship. Go back to the burning building. You have unfinished business. You have unfinished business. You got work to do. You have to disappear and put the work in and come back and shock everybody that doubted you. Can you hide yourself in the library? Can you hide yourself in the gym? Can you hide yourself in the boardroom and plan and caucus and do what is required behind the scenes in order to manifest the moment? I'm talking to that person that is acquainted with pain. I'm talking to that person that knows what it's like to come from nothing. And so you literally have nothing to lose. And the only thing that's in your hand is a dream. We navigate through life and we keep missing the bridges to bridge the gap between dream and reality. So do you know what is required of you? Are you aware of what is required of you to make happen what you see only in your head? Almost every man wastes part of his life in attempts to display qualities which he does not possess. I want you to ask yourself the question, are you the person that is projecting a different you to the world on social media, on your websites, in your meetings? Are you projecting a different you? Are you the same person in private? And I know that there are multiple versions of yourself, or even I have multiple versions of me, but are they consistent? What if you could just shut out every distraction? What if you could just shut out the world for just a season and focus on you? A man is rewarded in public for what he does in private. Can you unplug just a moment and focus on you? Focus on what matters. Everything that you think about, that you meditate on, everything that has to your attention has to be worth your time. So now it's time to navigate and do an appraisal of everything that's in our life, everything and everybody in our life. Time to do an appraisal and ask them this question: are you worth my time? Are you aware of your why? Why are you here? What are you doing? Who are you connected to? What are your people, your places, and your purpose? Why are you here? What is your destiny? You will never fulfill your destiny doing work you despise. So whatever it is that you're going after, whatever it is you feel as though you've been destined to do, are you willing to push whoever, whatever out of your way to get your piece of the pie? I am determined to win, no matter what season I'm in. When you counted me out, when you rejected me, when you overlooked me, when you ignored me, I waited painfully in obscurity for the opportunity to take the throne. All you gotta do is show up with a new game plan and a new perspective. You gotta finish business. Your reality of me says I'm not enough. Your reality of me says I can't do this. Your reality of me says you won't finish today. My reality says all I have is all I need. I'm not living in my setback any longer. I'm moving forward.